what is it that you're hoping to achieve for your work?
Yeah, that's a really fascinating question. I think impact is something that is a really loaded word in academia. I think, yeah, obviously, everybody wants to measure impact in some way now, and I think there's loads of conversation about there about, the metrics that we use, like journal citations and things. Do those things actually matter? What is impact, right? I think for me, what does impact mean for me? We can cut this is a long pause to think, which hopefully we can cut, but like, honestly, just looking back at my, academic career, if we can call it that, right? Like, I'm obviously still in the middle of a PhD. I don't have, an academic career yet. But looking back at where I've been, the times where I felt the most impactful was like literally in a classroom teaching, right? And, kind of seeing that things that I was saying and the ideas that we were talking about were making an impact on students. And so, like, I think being an educator has always kind of been a goal of mine. And if anything, like, being able to kind of share and talk about these kinds of ideas that I'm researching is the kind of impact that I would like to have. Forget the journal citations, forget, everything else. It's the ideas and being able to share them. That's the impact. I think the other kind of area of impact that is worth talking about is actually like impact on government policy and kind of like actual outcomes, right? And this is something that I sort of think about in lots of different ways at lots of different points in time. Sometimes I feel really, really optimistic, right? Because I'm like, I've worked in the civil service. That was what my work was before I started the PhD. Like, I kind of get how the levers of government work. I think government generally has a favorable relationship with research. If they see that there's research, there are people in the public service, at least, who will use it. Whether or not it gets taken up by decision makers is another question. And then that's when the pessimism comes in, right? It's because, like, I've seen kind of some of the decision-making processes that happen right at the very top. And I'm like, these actually, like, I don't know whether these people really do care about the research. And criminology has had a particularly kind of fraught relationship with that in its history as a discipline, right? Because I think a lot of evidence has been produced by criminology research that shows that punishment is not good for rehabilitating people. The harsher we punish people and the younger we intervene in their lives, the less likely they are to kind of be rehabilitable, right? But I don't think a lot of decision makers are really heeding that advice. So it comes back full circle to kind of pessimism then again. And it's just, I have lots of conflicting thoughts about that kind of impact, but what can you do,